Hello plant community, thanks for tuning into this channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Pam and today is about repotting some plants. So let's just jump right into it, you guys. So before we actually start and I start showing you exactly what I'm doing to repot some of these beautiful plants of mine, this video will be my 100th video. I'm proud to share that with you guys. And I just wanted to say that it's been really fun and very joyful, more or less, to share this plant journey with you. And I am appreciating all of the kind words, your support, the thumbs up, just y'all subscribing in general, because I would have never done this on my own. And I do have to give a shout out to my daughter once again, because without her motivation I probably wouldn't even had an attempt to do this. But I am so glad that I did, and I'm glad that people are liking what I'm putting out. And my goal is to just continue the positive vibes, continue to share my plant journey, anything that I may have learned along the way, and pass that knowledge along, because that's what it's all about. Y'all are a beautiful plant community, and I could never be more appreciative to you guys than I am right now. So just a big heartfelt thank you from me to you. So let's get right into it. Like I said, I have several plants that I am going to be repotting today. And right here is like one of my, I use this to kind of like put my soil mixture in. Even though I do have a lot of plants, you guys, I don't use a big container or a bucket, because honestly I would, if I did, I don't have anywhere to actually store it per se without it being a big inconvenience. I would probably have to put that thing in my basement, and I don't want to try to log that thing back up and down the steps. So this right here is a little bit more convenient for me. I can just slide it underneath the shelving that I have in my sunroom, and it just works well for me. So let me just get into it. Now, I do use Miracle-Gro, you guys, for the majority of my plants, but I did want to try this black gold all-purpose. And I've been using it, and it's been pretty good. And as you can see, almost the bag is gone. So I want to finish this off. I do have some Miracle-Gro all-purpose planting soil as well that I keep in storage. But let's use this black gold. And you know, the mixture that I'm using, you guys, I'm pretty much trying to like eyeballing it. It is more of a texture of it, you guys, is more of like a peat moss type of thing, but it does have a little bit of, not very much, but just a little bit of maybe, I guess, pumice. But like I said, I use my own planting amendments. And one of the things that I do use, and I'm going to share with you guys too, is this particular orchid bark. Potting plant, and I like it because it's extremely chunky and juicy. I mean, just look how chunky that is. Looks very good. It's very great for draining. And I kind of just mix that in. But I also use, and I'm going to add to it as well, is perlite or pumice. And this time I'm actually going to use some pumice that I have in the leftover bag. It's something that I kind of ordered from Amazon. And the bag is almost gone, but it's just enough. It's Tessa Stone volcanic pumice. And as you can see, I've used all of the bag. I like pumice, but between the two, perlite would probably be the most affordable. So if you really want to watch your wallet, I recommend doing perlite, because I do have perlite in my storage as well. And this bag of pumice I've had for a couple of years now, so it's not like it's my go-to that I use it all the time, because I know that pumice can be a little bit more expensive than your perlite. So I'm just kind of mixing it around. The only thing about with the orchid bark, you guys, is you do have to be a little bit careful because you don't want to stick your fingers with the I guess with the bark itself. I can't really. It's hard for me to give you like a percentage sometimes when I do put my potting medium together. I kind of judge it off of eyeballing it and also the feel of it. I'm just going to go ahead and add just the rest of it. It's not going to hurt anything. And I don't really change my planting soil that often, you guys. Pretty much all my plants, all varieties, I put in this particular same kind. Sometimes I may just change my pot type to accommodate what the plant needs. But I wouldn't recommend a beginner plant parent to do that unless, like I said, you fully understand the water and light requirement that your plants need. And even myself, even though I do have a large collection, it's still hard for me to kind of like gauge on certain plants which ones, and it's trial and error. So you kind of live and learn. So yeah, I feel pretty good. And I'm squeezing it. See how it's just falling out my hand and it's really separating as I drop it. If it was like a clump of a ball, then that would be something else. Another thing about the orchid bark that I showed you guys, it has orchid bark, a little bit of perlite as well as charcoal in it, so it's very coarse, and I really like that. I think the plants benefit from that form of aeration. Do you need this? No, you don't. Just you could just get perlite, but I just prefer this, and I feel a little bit more confident with the overall success of my plant growth using this. But really, you don't. The plant does not need it. Now, I'm gonna start off and show something with you guys. I've always been about sharing the good side as well as the bad side because, every plant person do not have a perfect collection. You have some fails, you have some hit and miss, and some plants that are just not successful. So, y'all may have remembered this face planter that I had. It's Peperomia beetle, and it's not doing well at all. It's kind of dying off. And I think the reason why is because where I have it hanging at in my dining room, it's not getting as much light as this Peperomia would need. So I'm actually going to get it out of there. And I broke a cardinal rule that I should have known better, considering that I've been a little bit more in tune with my plants. I picked the style that I wanted instead of thinking about the care of the plant. And that's one of the things that we should always think of first, the care of the plant. Not just with plants anywhere, just for our aesthetics, because unfortunately it's the plant that suffers. So anyway, I learned the hard way, but I learned a lesson. So even if I do lose a plant, I don't feel too bad about it because, if I learn something from it, then hopefully I can move forward and apply it to the next time. And if I decide that I want to take the chance and buy that plant again, then I'll be more mindful to look out for particular things. So it's a life lesson for me. So I'm going to get rid of this because I want to put something that I feel is going to be a little bit more hardier and a little bit more easy care going where I have it at in my dining room. And I'll use this bucket, you guys, to kind of like dump my excess soil in. Give me a sec. So, let's see. Sorry. Just going to dump it while I'm... So let's chat a bit, shall we? Then it was so hard. I don't know. Maybe I should just keep this and maybe I can try to save it. Put it in a small plant and see. I don't want to give up on it. So let me just leave it right here. And one thing I did underestimate, this it's a beautiful piece, don't y'all think? But it's severely deep. It's a lot of soil right here. So I guess and this plant was a small planter. I probably should have never put it in there. And I probably should have had a little bit more area soil. But what I'm going to put in here, I'm going to put one of my pothos the Mandula. And I think because it's going to be getting sunlight from the Sansi light, just not as intense. I think it'll do fine there. And if not, we'll see. That's probably why I did buy another Mandula, because sometimes I do like testing things out and seeing what works and what doesn't. Let's see. This thing needs to be ordered. But take a look at that, you guys. Very good root system, and that's what I think. I'm confident that it will do well in here because the root system is so strong and robust for me, which you can see right here. I don't think it'll have a problem with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shake it up. It's kind of hard. I want to loosen it up a little teeny bit more. It's really tight in there. I want to loosen it up but not damage the roots. Now sometimes when it's untangled like this, it's probably good to go. I probably can put it in there. But because I'm putting it in that face plant, I kind of want to make sure it's a little loose, just so it'd be a little bit easier for me to put in there. And let me just shake the top. Now we're also, you guys, we're approaching the I'm sorry, I'm looking down because I have some items here. I couldn't fit everything on this table, so I have like this little side table beside me where I have some items. But anyway, we're about to, for those of you that experience what 4 seasons, what are you doing to prepare for more winter time for the plants? There's a couple of tips that I keep in mind to prepare my plants for when the seasons do change. It's kind of one of my earlier videos too, you guys. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, if you want some information on how to prepare your plant babies for any cold, I'm going to link that video in the description below. Feel free to click on it and watch it in your convenience. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I can maneuver it the way I want. Let's see. This face planner, you guys, I had ordered it from Amazon. I like it, the convenience of it. I like the fact that it had this hook, so I didn't have to worry about. I could take it off the wall to actually water it. Let's see. And that's what I do. I just water it, and it drains real good, real quick, and then I just let it drain, and I put it back in the wall. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll be. Let's see. What y'all think? Yeah. Over time too, I'm not too worried about the beginning. It's the end that really matters, the end results. And I think, let's see, maybe I can move it like to be slightly in the front. But I can also propagate this too and put some cuttings in the front. That'll be real pretty. We'll like eventually have it trailing down. I don't know, but like I said, trial and error, my friends, trial and error. So you guys, tell me something else too. Please comment below. Like I said, I really do enjoy talking to y'all. Y'all are such a nice group of people, and I'm glad that this particular social media platform does not have a lot of drama like a lot of others. I don't take the drama too well. That's something that I try to avoid. Just period in my everyday life. It's just so unnecessary. I'm about being peaceful and trying to be happy with what I have and making others around me comfortable and happy, and hopefully in return people will do the same for me. But I can't control what others do, but that's how I want to live my life, to be as happy as possible. Oops. Okay. What you think? I think it looks nice. I like it. And sometimes when you do things, you can't really, if you really like it, that's really all that matters. This needs some water too, so I know once I finish potting this up, or potting all of these babies up, I'll give it a nice good drink. But this is, I like that. I think the creamy color plays off of the speckles that's in the face. Very beautiful. So I got a question for you guys. Put this down. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, this is fine. Now my next one that I want to pot up would be, what is this? The Silver Streak. Silver Streak spatula following. Remember, you guys, with my plant haul, I bought 2 of them, and I wanted to pot them together to make it a fuller plant. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And I don't know, the soil. I don't know, some of the soils, sometimes when I do order plants online, they do have them like, I guess, like sand in it, and I guess sand is supposed to be known to be used to help with drainage as well. Look at that, good in root now, kind of getting there. But I want to put it in not such a big planter. I'm not trying to, I want to get it fit in another, so I'm going to kind of like, gotta be careful to not disturb the roots too much. But I want to break it up because I have like a 4-inch pot that I kind of, well, this is 4, maybe a 5-inch planter that I kind of want to put both of them in. And in order to get it to fit, I gotta really shake this out. So kind of want to, you know, it's not gonna, I mean, they say leave the roots alone, and I mean, you can, you know, be your own judgment in regards to that. If you've been removing a lot of the soil and you haven't really seen that much of a damage with your plants, then I guess go ahead. You can continue to do it, or if you feel that the root system is not as strong enough to handle it, it's kind of up to you. And also too, it depends on the plant. Like this right here, the Spathiphyllum, I'm not too worried about the roots here. Look at that, there's a lot of them. Yeah, so I do have a question. Plant prices. They're like the stock market these days. Oh wow, look at this one. That's a heck of root vein, right? Yeah. But plant prices, you guys, they're so up and down like the stock market. And they're really getting personally out of control, out of hand. And I was wondering, you know, do y'all have like a particular amount of money that you'd be willing to spend on a plant? I have a budget that I have not, so far, I have not surpassed. And that budget, believe it or not, is at least $60. At the most $60 really, for a plant. I have not went past spending that amount on a plant. I just can't seem to do it. And for me personally, I honestly, I think $60 is a lot of money. It is when you have other things that you want to do. And, you know, buying plants sometimes, it's a good thing, but sometimes it can be very addicting, so to speak. And if you're not careful or responsible with your spending, it can really get out of hand. And so you just really want to be careful to not let anybody take advantage of the fact that everybody is out after a plant, sought after a plant because it's well known or it's Instagram famous or anything like that. You get a plant, you guys, make sure it's a plant that you yourself, care about. Not because it's on Instagram. I think that's kind of crazy. You should buy what makes you happy, not what others happy, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. But y'all comment below, let me know what's how much are you willing to actually pay for a plant. I'm curious to know, interested. If you can afford it, and it's not breaking your budget. I'm not knocking it. If that's something you want, it's your money. Do what you want. Buy what you want. Work hard for your money. You deserve to spend it on whatever it is that you like. It's just that me personally, I just can't be spending on. I can't spend hundreds. I just can't seem to do it hundreds of dollars. I would have to be making a little bit more money to accommodate that. And I don't know. I think I value money a little bit too much. It's very hard for me to. If I did it, it would have to be a gift. It would have to be something, a situation or something. I don't know, but y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think. You gotta be careful with this. I make a lot of mess, you guys. That's why I pulled out this mat. This mat is very helpful with keeping the dirt together and not messing up your table. So I really do appreciate that. Let's see. I think I'm gonna be able to squeeze both of them in here. Yeah, I'll be able to squeeze both of them in here. Let's see. And I know the roots are gonna be a little tight, but I don't know. There they are. Let's see. Okay, yeah, got it in there. I may put this in, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I may put it in my bedroom. The majority of my peace lilies all my peace lilies, now I think about it, that I have, they are in my bedroom. Very relaxing, I think. What do y'all think about having plants in your bedroom? I think it's very relaxing. And when you go to sleep, and you wake up in the morning, when the sun rises, you get to see all that greenery around. It just seems so peaceful and so serene, in my personal opinion. But, y'all let me know. Do y'all like plants in your bedroom? Do you have any plants in your bedroom? And if so, what's your favorite variety of plants to actually have in your bedroom? Comment below. I'm curious to find out. Okay, do a little bit. Not a whole lot. Okay. It's looking pretty decent. Let's see. Alright. Some of you guys gave me nice different tips and suggestions for that Monstera. I appreciate it because I haven't done anything yet, you guys, because I'm still on the fence in regards to that Monstera. At first I was wondering if I should cut it because I had told a subscriber that commented and gave me a suggestion of what I could do. And I was letting them know that when I look at the roots going into the floor, I'm just thinking of someone trying to put on a pair of shoes, 2 sizes too small, and like your toes get crunched. And that's what I think about magically when I see the roots like growing into the floor like that. So I don't know, I got a lot of mixed feelings. So right now I'm just keeping an eye on it, making sure it don't attach itself to my floor at least in the sunroom, and just watch the overall health to see if it's going to do anything. I probably will trim it back, or maybe do what people have been saying, which, by the way, I'm very appreciative of the advice, which was putting some. I've heard some people said that they put it in a cup of water, they put it in a sphagnum moss solution to help regenerate the roots. So I don't know. I may just try it. And look, looks pretty. Look, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty, you guys? I think it's pretty. And I'm going to show you all this pot that I have it for. From time to time, I don't do it that often, but whenever I have an opportunity, I like to save money. I may go thrifting from time to time. And I went to like a Goodwill shop or something. And that's where you can actually go there and you guys find a lot of nice funky things to give you ideas and little design patterns. And I want to show you this little plant I came across. I thought it was the cutest. Look, you guys. Look at that little bird's nest with a cracked egg. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I think this is the cutest thing. And it was only $2. I was like, oh my goodness. And let's see. And voila. Oh, and ironically, even though you see the top of the planter right here, don't y'all think it kind of plays off a little bit with the blue and the crack? But I think we have a winner. What they say, winner, winner, chicken dinner. But this is cool. I'm just gonna put this over here. Let's see. My other plant, let me clean up some of this mess. Oh, I do want to pot up this beautiful Hoya pneumomularis. This, you guys, I don't even know. Can you see that? Hoya pneumomularis. Oh, I love this plant. It's so fuzzy. And I'll put it in this. I like this in a small pot. I'm not going any bigger. I'm actually just transitioning it over because you know Hoyas, you guys, they like to stay root bound. So keep in mind, don't go too big and let them get extremely root bound before you even decide to pot it up. So in this case, because I'm doing a transition, I'm going to try my best to just keep the full lettuce in. I just want to put this in this beautiful pot. So let's see. Oh, wait. Actually, yeah. I could just shake the roots a little bit just to fit it in here. Oh yeah, this is, yeah. I gotta be careful, but because the soil is kind of dry, the roots is literally just falling off, which is okay. Let's see. I think this will do fine. A little bit on the top there. Yeah. Ooh. Gotta have my handy dandy paintbrush to sweep off this dirt on the sides. And my plant. What do y'all think? I really like it in here. But I think I'm going to do a little trellis. And I can do that with you right now, you guys. Let me make sure it's in here. And this is one of the ones I got from Ace Hardware in my area. They have some gorgeous pots. They really do. Sometimes some of them can be a little pricey, but you know, you can get some nice deals from there. I got to remember to put the tag back in there because I want to remember the name of these plants. You know, sometimes you can go off of memory, but as your collection grows, and y'all have seen my times of having my brain freeze with y'all till I'll just wind up forgetting. So one thing I do, like I said, I do makeshift trellises. You see this right here, you guys? This is called, I guess, a floral wire. I have a whole bunch of them. I brought these a few years back. They sell them at the dollar store, and you can get them right there by wherever they have like the artificial flowers or anything, the styrofoam or something like that. And I use these. I brought it for another project, but I just thought that this would be great to have as a like a little trellis for your small ones. So I just stick it in. It's very flexible too, which is why I like it. And just stick it in. And let's see. I'm not going to do anything fancy, and I have, I don't know. I ordered these off of Amazon because I don't know if I'm trying to be fancy or whatever, but they're like little clips. But the clips are like, I got butterflies and dragonflies and what is it? Ladybugs. I think it just accentuates the style. I mean, it's not for everybody, but if you like having fun with your plants, this is the way to go. So I'm just gonna see which way. I'll clip the blue one on here, and let's see. Probably get a little ladybug. I think that would look nice. Ladybug right here, get both of them. Let's see. So let's talk a little bit, you guys, about watering your plants. Let me know which way do you go? Are you a top waterer or a bottom waterer? I may do both. I would call myself more of a convenience waterer, so to speak. I have some of my plants in a in macrame hangers, and I have the little plates underneath, and so sometimes I'll fill the water up at the bottom and water those plants because it's a little bit more convenient for me. And then some plants, like particularly the plants that I have in my sunroom that's not on macrames or even in my home, I do top water. But if you do decide to do the bottom watering, you guys, just keep in mind from time to time to water from the top, just to flush out those mineral buildups that your plant could get over time. But y'all let me know what you think about that. About this. Isn't that cute? I think it's cute. I don't know, I go for like whimsical, easy feel, easy flow, easy care. And speaking of that, I have another Hoya, my Hoya callistifera, that I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm more or less transitioning in a terracotta pot, and I'm going to show you guys. Let's see, I'm making a big mess, big mess. But all messes can be cleaned up, right? Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I can look at this plant for hours too. Okay, so I'm more or less, like I said, just doing a transition. I'm not going to mess with the roots too much. I'm just going to let me lay this here. I want to show you guys something. Look at this. I always say less, say more. So what I did to create this is I went to the dollar store. You go to the dollar store, you guys, you can find a lot of nice stuff in the dollar store, really you can. But these were stickers, you guys, that they had at the dollar store, and I thought they was the cutest thing. And so as soon as I saw it, I had just this clever little idea. So I kind of like put it on the terracotta, and then I had some Mod Podge, and I kind of sealed it in here. And so now it looks like it's just part of the design of the plant. What do y'all think? I don't know. I think that was a good idea. I like it. It got the all about earth tones. You got the brown terracotta and the earthy green from the leaves. I think it's pretty. So that's what I'm going to put this plant in. Oops. Like I said, with Hoyas, I don't want to disturb their roots hardly ever. But Hoyas do very well in terracotta pots. I didn't want to transition or make any changes to the stool. If it's been working for it, I do not want to change it out. I'm just backfilling a little bit of it because it may be slightly a little bit there. I'll keep an eye on it because I usually don't be repotting not repotting. I definitely don't size them up that often. It has to be extremely root bound like I did with my Hoya Crimson Queen. That thing is severely, the roots is coming out. But I had just up-potted it. I just don't see me doing it again. So I might just leave it be. At least I'm going to leave it be until next growing season. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with this, you guys. I love the design. These tendrils is growing so funky. I just got to put it up on another little makeshift trellis. And you know, I think it was $1. If you can't find these at the dollar store, you can find these also Michael's. I think they sell them. And I think one pack I did get from Michael's. I think a pack of 24 of them in there. In here for probably, like, at the time when I did buy it, probably was like $3 or something. Who knows what it is now, especially after the pandemic, how prices increase. But I don't want to talk too much about that. Let's see. Which one am I going to use? So I got something else I want to ask you guys too. Especially those that may have families, significant others, and things like that. And usually the people we live with, whether it be spouse or kids, are not quite as enthusiastic about our plant collection as we are, so to speak. So I'm interested to know, you know, how is that working out? Like, do your significant other even care about that, or do you have to more or less like sneak plants in your house in an effort of nobody's paying attention, or what? How is that actually working into your home life? For the most part, I can honestly say, I would say, be honest with you, maybe from time to time my husband may give me a look if I come in the door with another plant or something, but I don't really think he cares too much about it, because he sees the joy that it brings. It's just one thing that I have to keep in mind, though, because it's not my house alone, it's our home. So, you know, I don't want to overtake not only my space, but everybody else's living space, or my husband's living space, with plants. Now, I try my best to do things in a tasteful way, and like I said, I don't want it to start looking cluttered or a hot mess, because sometimes it can, if you don't be careful. And also too, I'm using a butterfly for this one, and I think I'm gonna use a green one. Just go with my whole earth tone theme. But yeah, you just want to keep in mind, you don't want it to look too much of a mess. Last winter, I had a situation, and I also did a blog about it too, you guys, if y'all want to see that as well. It's one of my earlier videos where I was having some issues with my heat in my sunroom, and I had to wind up taking all the plants out, you guys, all the plants in my sunroom, and I set them in my dining room, like on the floor, on the dining room table. And oh my gosh, y'all, I felt like I was having like a panic attack or something, because all I saw was just nothing but this endless wave of like greenery, and I felt so overwhelmed. I said, oh my God, I gotta hurry up and get this sunroom intact so I get some of these plants out of here to have my entire collection in one spot. I don't know, it was something about it, like the panic started settling in, I think, because I realized at that time, like, oh my gosh, I got this amount of plants that I'm responsible to take care of. Oh my God, it's a lot of work, la 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 la, you know, and my mind started really racing, and I didn't like that feeling. I said, you know what, that's when it starts seeming like the fun of the care is being taken out of. But that was just my own personal anxieties feeding in onto what I was looking at. And once I kind of like got everything squared away and got the plants in the sunroom, I think I was doing fine. I think I was doing fine, you guys. I don't know. Maybe let's see. What do you think? What do y'all think? Oh my gosh, that just looks so cute. It looks, y'all think it looks whimsical? Like it plays up. Less is more, it really does, I think. Y'all think? Whimsical? I like the way it looks. I'm proud of it. Let me sit that baby over here. I have a couple of more. Ooh. Man. And speaking of plant care, you guys, and anxieties and things like that, You know, one may ask, how in the world do you take care of so many plants? You know, it's not like, if you think about it a little bit, it's not like you're taking care of, let's say, for example, you have a collection of 150 plants. You're not taking care of those plants every day. And if you are doing any plant care, you're not caring for all 150 of them a day. Every day, actually. Okay, so this next plant, you guys, that I'm potting up is what's the name of this? This swordfish. I'm gonna have to find a tag so I can write this, but look at that. Guys, I mean, you see this? So I did another terracotta pot, and I did the same thing. I really like this one because of I love the way the leaves, and I purposely did it where it's kind of like off the tip of the brim a little bit. But like I said, less definitely says more. And I'm just going to pot it in here. And I'm not going to do anything funky with this. Look, you guys, that's root barrel. But look at how I love how it's, how it's just leaning a little bit. And, you know, I'm kind of going to, I don't know, it's going to be leaned a little bit. I'm not even going to shake the roots. Actually, you know what? I take that back. You see this right here? Let me share a tip with you guys. You see that? You want to kind of jiggle it a little bit. I think when it starts, yeah, I would. When it's wrapped around and we just sit it back in there, I don't think it's going to loosen itself. So I think to maintain the overall health of the plant, you might want to tease it a little bit. Just a little bit. Just to loosen it up. So that, I think doing this too, you guys, doing this will more or less kind of like, not really, I don't want to call it tricking your plants, but letting your plants know, hey, you've got a little bit more room to expand your growth. And so it'll do just that and promote new growth. But I think if it stays bound up like this, it might just think that it's still constricted, so to speak. So that's at least that's my theory on it. I don't have any science backing my statements, but just my own personal hunches and just experiences in general. But yeah, just a little bit. And I am going to put a little bit at the bottom of the pot. A whole lot. Just to give it a little coating. And then this right here. Oh, maybe not. It's not sitting down like I want it to. Maybe a little bit. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. But yeah, y'all let me know about your significant others or your family that you do live with. If you don't live alone, do you have any issues with the people in your life and your plant journey, or your plant addiction, or whatever people want to call it? You know, because if you think about it, I think every human being has some form of addiction to some part in our lives, whether it could be healthy or not. I think healthy or otherwise. I think if it's depending on what that addiction is now, don't get me wrong. I'm not naive to the fact of other forms of addictions in regards to that. But like healthier ones, such as the plants, I think it's fine if you just be mindful, be responsible with just spending habits and things of that nature. Okay, let's see. Wow. This is a very useful tool. Look at it. I'm feeling this. I knew it would look good in this pot. I go with my feeling, the good vibes. You know, speaking of pots, you guys, people say, you know, you want to have some kind of story to tell, some form of aesthetic. So basically, what story are you telling when you hang up your plants, when you buy planters and things of that nature. What are you telling people? I don't think I have a particular story per se. I don't think I have a particular story per se. I think, well, I guess I do. When I buy pots, and, like I said, I never buy pots and plants at the same time. It's extremely rare that I do. I'm usually either buying pots or buying, oh, this thing is root bound, you guys, look at it. And this is my philodendron Tahiti. Gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, this is definitely root bound, so it's time to, and I'm going to do the same thing, you guys. I'm going to tease the bottom a little bit so that it can have room to expand. But what was I saying? I don't buy them at the same time, so I'll usually either go look online or specifically go out with the hopes of trying to find a decent plant or whatever the case may be, or I do actually pot shopping for pots. Like I said, I do a lot of looking for sales. I get pots from Ollie's, usually during the summer and springtime when they have their sales, because they really are very affordable, very reasonable. I get pots even from Rite Aid. You know, don't sleep on Rite Aid, you guys. Their pots are beautiful, but their pots are expensive. But the key is you have to wait, because they will, if you can wait it out, which I do this every year, by the way, wait it out. I can't really get this to loosen up, and I don't want to. Sometimes, okay, let's see. Okay, there it is. If you wait, they'll actually start having reduced prices over as from spring and as we go into summer, and all the way down to around this time of year until they don't have it. And what I've seen is they'll have a 50% off sale. It'll move from 50% off to 75. No, I take that back. 50%, usually 50% to then 60%, then 75%, and the latest, if they have any inventory left, they will do the 90%. And so usually I'll wait. So something that's like a pot, like I said, their pots are beautiful but can be very expensive. Usually, like for example, a pot that's like $15. By the time I'm finished with it, with the sale and all, I paid maybe $3. So patience is definitely the key. Is that down in there? It is. Let me show y'all something too before I even put this in here. I'm not too familiar with this plant. Like I said, I seen this on a website that I bought this plant from. And I think I bought this from the Plant Farm. Check out their website, you guys. It is there's a nursery in Spokane, Washington, I think. But I've been ordering plants from them for a while. They have a large selection, very beautiful selection, and their prices, I think, in my personal opinion, for my budget, is reasonable. So I would recommend, and you get good quality plants. But anyway, I saw this and I could not resist it. It was just so beautiful. But I think this particular plant, like maybe a Rhaphidophora, the cursiva, how it just likes to grow across. This looks like it's doing the same thing. This is that particular plant. I don't know if you can see how the roots is. So I'm not sure. I'll just keep an eye on it. I may have to start buying those with those rectangular planters. I don't know. I'll see. I really didn't want to go that route because, you know, they take up a lot of space. So I don't know, but we'll see. All right. I have another question for you guys too. Let me know what y'all think. How many plants would you say one would have to have before you say, okay, they have a large plant collection? Is it 100, 200, 300 even? For me, to be honest with you, I probably would think somebody had a large plant collection if they had more plants than I do. Like right now, I don't even know how many plants I actually have in my collection on purpose. I don't really want to know the number. I don't want to count them or anything like that, because I think once I start knowing the actual numbers, it'll take me back to like when I told y'all that anxiety that I was feeling when I did, had to bring all my plants in the dining room. And if I count all my plants and think, oh wow, I had 200, or for example, wow, I have 300. 300, you know, just if you think about it, to give you any form of comparison, now this is nowhere near comparison, but just the responsibility aspect of it, if you thought about 300 kids you had to watch or take care of or be responsible for, then you don't want to take that responsibility lightly. Oh wow, see this? I had to leave it in here because I swear it just gives me that relaxation away from home vibe, and I just love it so much. What do you think? It's absolutely stunning. Okay, you guys, I'm going to have to probably start wrapping it up. I did not realize how long this video will be. So I think I'm going to pot up one more before we call it quits. And then I'll just do the ones that I have left. And I don't know, maybe I'll share it in a short or something. But the plants that I am potting up, you guys have already seen them. No biggie, no biggie. So anyway, probably my last plant. I'm getting dirt on my chest. Okay, it's going to be this confetti Syngonium. Y'all remember this beautiful beauty? And it's extremely dry. And you see that? Not really significant. You don't really even see any roots. So in a situation like this, I'm leaving it as is. I'm not even messing with it. Now, Syngoniums, you guys, are known for wanting their soil to be moist, not wet, but moist. And so because of that in mind, and y'all just saw the mix that I'm using, I use a very airy mix. I'm going to put it in a glazed pot to hold on to the moisture just a little bit longer. So if I'm doing that, from my experience, at least it's been working in my favor. I don't have to worry about watering the plants like every day or every other day. I do have a little bit of bandwidth to use when it comes time to water the plants. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Now I'm going to show you the planter I got. This thing, I think probably the sale cost probably like $2 for it. And I got it, you guys, because, okay, wait a minute, it's a little bit, no, it's too high up. I got it because this confetti plant to me is a fun plant. I gotta break this up. It's a little too dry. I'm gonna have to give a lot of these plants, yeah, it's dry at the top. A lot of these plants a good drink when I get finished. But anyway, this Syngonium I think is a very fun plant to look at. It's very beautiful pink, and I wanted to put it in a pot that screamed fun for me. Anyway, that's my thought process on it, and that's what I did. So I'm gonna show y'all in a little bit what this plant looks like. You always want to make sure you tap that planter down too. If you feel that, make sure you shake out any air bubbles in the planter. But look at this. I don't know, with that, don't look like, okay, first of all, think of this like, when I see the pink in this, I think of bubble gum. And then I'm looking at this, I get like little Smurf vibes. I don't know, I just think it's so cute, so whimsical, so pretty, so beautiful. So let me just do one more. I'm really enjoying talking to you guys, and I kind of want to keep the momentum going. You know, sometimes doing these pot ups can be a little bit, I don't know, boring, so to speak, when you're doing it by yourself. But if you're talking with people, such as you beautiful people out there in plant world, it makes your chores a little bit less stressful and more pleasing and pleasant. But on an honest tip, you guys, if I wasn't doing this with you, okay, this kind of crumbled a little bit. If I wasn't doing this with you, I probably would be playing a nice relaxing tune, and more than likely I'd have a cup of coffee, maybe some tea. I drink coffee more than I drink tea, but I do have different varieties of teas that I do have in my home that I love so much. This just kind of like fell off. This is my pink princess that my beautiful friend gifted me, whom I love so much. She's adorable, my friend. And I'm putting it in this beautiful cauldron pot. You know, let's see. Yeah, this is. Get that out just a little bit. Okay, what's this? Okay. And yeah. Oops. I'm putting the pink princess in this one because I have a red one that's just like this, and I have my white princess in there. And I just thought it would be cute to have the white princess and the red, and then the pink princess and the blue. It's got to be stuck up a little bit more. Alright. And it has a drainage hole on the side, and it's not glazed on the inside, which is also a bonus. I want to set it up a little bit higher than that. A little bit higher. Okay. Yeah, this is the look I'm going for. And I'm actually going to sit it underneath my Sansi light. And also too, you guys, I just recently brought another lamp light. I use Sansi lights as my artificial lights for my plants. But I had them in like a kind of sort of decorative light stand, lamp stands or whatever. But I came across this one that I saw at Walmart that had like the 3 prongs. So it was actually a floor lamp with 3 bendable prongs. And when I saw that, I was like, that's exactly what I needed. It was all black with the white around. So it's aesthetically pleasing, I can say. It wasn't that expensive. And the cool part about it, like I said, which really drew me to it, is because it has the 3 prongs. And I can maneuver it and change it in any 3 directions that I want. And I wanted a little bit more light on one side and multiple sides, and I wouldn't have been able to do it with the one floor lamp that I did have with the one direction. So I'm really glad that I have that. And also too, you guys, you'll probably see it because I do plan on doing a house plant tour. I don't know when, but it'll be coming up probably maybe around the holidays. I'm really not sure when I'm going to do it, but I do want to do it. So when I do my house plant tour, you're probably going to see where I just keep my plants housed for the majority right now, which is my kitchen, main point dining room, as well as my bedroom. Now, you know, you guys, if you've been watching as well, you know that I do take care of my husband, and the majority of his care is being in our living room. But good news is, which I'm happy to say, he is getting better and better each day, and pretty soon, you know, we'll be able to actually work together, and I'll probably have to do some redecorating in our living room, and in that way, once I do that, that's going to be a work in progress though. I mean, not like I gotta do patchwork or anything like that. No, it's nothing nowhere near like that. It's just more or less like I probably just want to I didn't really have a chance to really design the living room like I wanted to because of the care that he's getting in there. So it's more right now, currently it's being catered for him, which is not a problem at all. But now that he's getting better, which I'm so excited and happy to announce to the whole world, okay, what do y'all think? I think it's cute. I like it. So yeah, this thing needs a drink too. And you know what? I'm having such a good time. I only have 2 more plants left, you guys. And I realize it's almost about an hour wrapping into this video. So if y'all are still watching, I really do appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. I really didn't want to make the video too long, and I hope that somewhat that this video may be a little bit entertaining. I hope that it is. Please let me know. Let's see. I may only have time to actually do one more plant, you guys, because looks like I may be running out of soil, but actually I may not be. Let me see something. I have to figure it out. Okay. Alright, I'll do that for now. Alright. I may have a plant. Next plant I'm going to pot up is my beautiful variegated Burle Marx. You guys seen it on my plant haul. Still beautiful, still gorgeous. Yeah, I've only had it for a little bit, but enough to know I need to pot it up, you guys, because I don't know if you remember when I showed y'all this thing is still out. So far so good. It hasn't given me any problems, and it probably won't because, let's see this. Yeah, I had to. Guys, look at that. Y'all look at that. It's root bound for days. I'm gonna put it in this. I'm just gonna up it probably to a 5-inch. Not doing anything spectacular. I don't. Another thing too, you guys, when you do your repotting, do not upsize your plants too big. Keep in mind, the bigger the pot, the more soil you use. More soil you use, more water you're using. More water is using, the plant is not using the energy properly, keeping up with your water source, which can lead to root rot. So if you're gonna go a size up, maybe one size up, the next size up. So for example, 4, you could do 6. I just happen to have some 5-inch planters actually laying around in my home, and this was a 4-inch. So I'm actually sizing it up to a 5-inch, which I think will be fine. I love philodendrons, and I love Burle Marx. I have my all green variety sitting actually right here, and I'm looking at it right now, and it is a stunner. And it's so funny, it just grew a new leaf. The latest leaf that it grew, it has a slight variegation in the leaf, which I think is kind of cool. You know, when I do my houseplant tour, I will definitely share it. If it's, hopefully, maybe by then it'll be a little bit more pronounced. I don't know if it will be. Okay, and I'm going to take this root and I'm putting it into the pot. And I'm going to have to probably get a stake for it, like because I have my all green one currently like, excuse me, on 2 bamboo stakes, kind of taped together with that Velcro strip, and it tends to be okay. This right here, I note that, and it's sitting several feet away from my window here. It has the artificial lighting. But this one right here, I know I'm going to give it a little bit more light than I do my regular green, because I do want to keep that beautiful variegation going in here. Let's see. Yeah, beautiful variegations. Let's see. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful. Love it, love it. And I got this nice pot that I'm putting it in. I could have actually planted it in, but like I said, this is a 6-inch. I didn't want to go up too fast. Not yet. Not right now. And I know this will be fine. And just sit it right in. Cash pole fits perfectly. What do you think? And the good part about it is, if I wanted to, I could turn it around. Look at that. What do y'all think? I like it. Pretty. Alright, I think I may have, feel like I got a little, shoot. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Felt like I had like a little bit of dirt flying in my eyes. Got one more hot plant to pot up. I think I'll be able to, I don't know if I'll be able to pot it up. I think I will. Let's see. I don't know, maybe I should put, sometimes I reuse my pots, y'all, to beneficial. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, see that Monstera Stalliana? It's in like a, I guess they said a 4-inch planter, but it looks almost like a 3-inch, I'm not sure. So I don't really wanna, I was gonna put it in here. It's a little bit, now I'm thinking about a little bit too big. I don't feel confident with that. I think I don't want to hurt the plant. So instead of me potting it directly in there, I'm going to pot it and just upsize the pot a little bit and just put it in there. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And my Stalliana. Do y'all have this Monstera Stalliana? Oh yeah, look at this too. Yeah, it's not severely root bound, but it's definitely getting there. So I'm just going to tease the roots down at the bottom. Like tickle it a little bit, wiggle it a little bit. Oh yeah, it's nice and yeah, it's nice and ready. And getting dirt on mine. Who knew I had just the right amount of soil first time ever. Usually when I do that, I have to kind of like when I repot, I typically would have to like reload this container that I'm using. But it worked out in my favor. I'm okay with it. Oh man. Gotta be careful with this dirt. You want to make sure you're not inhaling it too much to get into your nostril, nasal cavities. Let's see. Okay, let me get this. We're about to wrap it up, you guys. Thank you. So grateful that y'all hung in with me there. But you know, some of the topics that I talked about, you guys, please comment, because believe it or not, I've been trying to comment with y'all or talk with y'all as many as possible, because I really like collaborating with people, getting ideas, especially anybody younger than me. Sometimes y'all young people, and not saying I'm old, but people that's like maybe in their 20s or so, y'all do have what I've noticed, and I'm only using probably my kids to juxtapose that theory, but y'all have that great way of thinking outside the box, which is really good. So, you know, I appreciate all feedback. Anybody give me any suggestions, ideas, anything on how I can make the plant thrive, or something that I may have overlooked or haven't thought about. You know, I love sharing. What do they say? Sharing is caring, and I do believe that. So, wow, this is going to be a big mess to clean up. But you know what, guys? I probably am going to clean up and then just show y'all the final photo. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished product of all the plants. I've watered them very well, and they also been given a good spray down. And I'm just gonna let them rest here. I think they're looking pretty good. Pretty good indeed. So yeah, and let me show y'all where the face planter is. I think the face planter looks pretty good as well. Nice and healthy, so I don't know. Gave it a nice drink. Very beautiful. So y'all let me know what you think.